If legislators would take their seats. The meeting is now called to order. Please stand for the salute to the flag led by Legislator Knapp. Thank you. It's an honor for me to welcome back to the legislative chambers the county executive, who is chairman here for about 7 years. Under his leadership, our community has seen remarkable progress, from transformative projects that enhance the quality of our life to initiatives that ensures economic growth and a vision of opportunity for all of Onondaga County. Without further ado, please give a warm welcome, round of applause for our County Executive, Ryan McMahon III.
Good morning, everybody. The it's a heated national election, and you have debates and there's fact-checking. So I do have to fact-check Chairman Burtis. I am J. Ryan McMahon II. The third does not exist. So, Tim, though, I appreciate the kind words, and I want to thank you all for being here. Before I start my remarks, I do want to make a couple acknowledgments, specifically for one person. For over 37 years, there's been an individual who has played a very pivotal role in the process we're undergoing. And that individual is retiring, and this will be her last budget. Sue Stanzik was the budget director for this branch of government for a long time. And she's been my chief of staff since I've become county executive. So, Sue, I want to thank you for your service to this community. Please recognize Sue and give her a round of applause. Sue, I don't know what the child labor laws were, but you got to work early. I also want to thank our departments who are here. I want to thank our CFO, Steve Morgan, and his team for the work you've done, the work you do to prepare for this moment in time to have this conversation with this branch of government. So, Steve, thank you again for the work you've done and all of our partners. And again, this chamber means a lot to me. I spent time here. I ran this branch of government. I have a great amount of respect for the work that you do. I don't like that Tim changed up the chair that I used to have, but you look good, Tim. So saying that, Chairman Burtis, Leaders May, and Leaders Ryan, members of the legislature and guests, thank you all for being here. Over the last 9 months, our community has continued to build on momentum, progress, and quite frankly, unprecedented success. The Onondaga comeback is happening. Our generation's Erie Canal moment is now. We are once again relevant on a global stage as we become a hub for memory technology, semiconductor manufacturing. We cannot forget the strategies and the policies that have put us in this unique position. That's why we remain focused on delivering on our PI agenda, focusing in on poverty, barriers to employment, modernizing our infrastructure, and investing in economic development. My 2025 budget reflects my unwavering optimism and excitement for our future, while at the same time acknowledging the current economic volatility. This budget is focused on delivering results for families and, most importantly, our kids. It proposes a sizable tax relief for homeowners, and it also calls for increased investments in our people, our infrastructure, and our community's future. But first, let's just recap some of the success we have had as a community this past year. In partnership with the legislature, we have invested in implementing our comprehensive plan. We've made historic investments in our hospitality infrastructure to support the economic sectors that drive sales tax growth, ag investments to support the family farm and drive ag tourism, a hotel initiative to help drive desperately needed hotel development and redevelopment. We've invested in Main Street as we continue to revitalize our small downtowns and business corridors. We've continued our partnership with Lemoyne College and the Erie 21 program. This workforce strategy is helping create the STEM-related workforce of tomorrow, now. We invested in child care center grants, helping small business expand and stabilize their facilities to offer more quality daycare slots to families. We are neck deep in the environmental review of the White Pine Business Park, which is the first phase of this $100 billion investment. And we recently announced that Micron's name will join the downtown Syracuse skyline. Of course, none of this would be possible without the team we have in county government. And I want to thank all of our employees who work to execute on these goals and make Onondaga County better each and every day. Thank you, and please give them a round of applause. You have heard me say before that I view the budget as a statement of values and priorities. My 2025 budget prioritizes tax relief to our citizens, revitalizing our infrastructure and our neighborhoods, continuing our aggressive fight against lead. It continues investments in housing, as well as additional resources for workforce development. But let's talk numbers. I stand before you today presenting a fully balanced 2025 budget. And for the 7th year in a row, it does not use any fund balance. The strong and prudent fiscal track record of Onondaga County is simply undeniable. And this track record is what has allowed us to ultimately make substantial cuts in the property tax rate. Last year, we proposed, and with most legislators supporting, a cut in the tax rate from $4.26 per thousand to $3.62 per thousand. It equaled a 15% cut in the county property tax rate. This year, I'm proposing that we further cut the county property tax rate. We don't lead from behind in Onondaga County, and we know our residents need relief. That is why my 2025 executive budget calls for reducing the property tax rate from $3.62 per thousand to $3.31 per thousand, a 9% cut to the property tax rate. To put this into further context, we would have the lowest county rate among major upstate counties in the state of New York if approved. If approved, we will also have cut the property tax rate nearly 42% since the time I joined county government with many of you in 2012. While the county is not able to control every aspect of what drives your overall tax bill, one thing is for sure: my administration has worked diligently every year to make county government more lean, efficient, and affordable while still providing the services the people of this community expect. It has been well reported the numerous economic headwinds and high inflation affecting our country. This economic uncertainty means we must be even more conservative in our budgeting. CFO Steve Morgan and his team are projecting that we will end the 2024 fiscal year with 2% growth in our sales tax receipts. So we are forecasting 1% growth in this budget for 2025 sales tax. Nevertheless, this budget will continue to make strategic and important investments in our community, our baseline operations, public safety, and specifically our children. Our commitment to ensuring children are kindergarten ready is stronger than ever. This budget calls for additional resources for our partners at the Early Childhood Alliance to continue their invaluable work. This budget also continues to fund our nationally recognized school-based mental health program with another $5.5 million. Our kids need support, and we will make sure they continue to get it. I'm also pleased to share with you that earlier this week we were awarded a $4 million substance abuse and mental health services grant from the federal government. This grant will transform how we care for children with serious emotional disturbances and intellectual or developmental disabilities. These kids are often stuck in hospital beds, out-of-home placements, or even end up in the juvenile justice system due to many barriers. While it is very important that we are one of the very few communities in the country receiving this grant, it is actually an offshoot of an original proposal we had before you called the Sycamore House. New York State did not approve us to open up the Sycamore House for multiple bureaucratic reasons. But now with this grant, we will be able to accomplish many of the goals we had aspired to, even without the physical location. Recently, my administration implemented a child care center capital improvement program. With the help from our partners at Child Care Solutions, we started accepting applications for this initiative earlier this summer. The response has been overwhelmingly positive, and we expect all the available funding to be awarded. The demand for safe and reliable child care will only grow in our community, and the rapidly changing rules and regulations can make it difficult for providers to remain compliant. That's why I'm proposing we allocate another $250,000 towards child care center capital grants in this budget. This budget also continues our investment in Erie 21's program to expand the program so additional school districts can participate. Erie 21 is a unique program focused on early intervention while providing ongoing support to students as they progress throughout their educational careers. Erie 21 simultaneously trains these students for careers in areas such as cybersecurity, software development, and engineering to help fill the growing demand in these fields. This budget also specifically addresses the most vulnerable children in our community. Our community continues to mourn the tragic deaths of Ashton and Neffy. After we lost Ashton, I asked two of the most respected and trusted voices in this space for their help. Judges Martha Mulroy and Martha Walsh Hood quickly got to work, reviewing specific cases and providing feedback on efforts that we could make to better improve our day-to-day interactions with children and with families. Some of the judges' recommendations included creating a child welfare community engagement committee to explore respite opportunities for at-risk teenagers, flagging subsequent calls on open cases for administrative review, reducing the administrative burden for caseworkers. I'm happy to report we are working on implementing or have implemented all of these recommendations. Casework involves many administrative tasks that take caseworkers out of the field and limit their time to directly engage with families. And New York State continues to add administrative requirements to this job. Additionally, there are certain times that the department experiences a surge in caseloads throughout the year, making it even more important that our caseworkers are in the field during these times, not performing administrative tasks. To address this reality, my 2025 budget calls for additional 10 caseworkers to be added to the Child Welfare Division. It also calls for the creation of 5 casework assistant positions. These new positions will be able to help caseworkers with the administrative duties they are responsible for, such as setting up meetings, requesting records, and ensuring that all necessary paperwork is completed. This large investment in our department will make sure we are staffed for surge caseloads and deliver the best possible results for our most vulnerable kids. For the first time in over a generation, we are once again a growing community. And like every growing community, we are experiencing growing pains, especially in the area of housing. Prior to my administration, any investments or incentives for housing were essentially done by every level of government except ours. We do not control zoning. We do not control codes. But we need quality housing now more than ever before, and that need is only going to continue to grow. That's why we created the Onondaga County Housing Initiative Program, or OCHIP. And that's why our county IDA modified their uniform tax exempt policy to help stimulate new housing development. With respect to OCHIP, this initiative is proving to be incredibly successful. To date, we have awarded almost $5.5 million, which has leveraged nearly $488 million of private sector development. I know some of you will be especially happy to know that out of the $5.5 million, 72% has been awarded to projects within the city of Syracuse, and 62% is supporting affordable or mixed income projects. Earlier this year, we completed the first ever housing needs assessment for our county. This assessment provides us with a comprehensive overview of our current housing challenges, as well as a data-driven projection of future housing needs in our community. As we look to make additional investments in housing, it's important that they are strategic, targeted, and in line with our county comprehensive plan. That's why in this budget I'm proposing a $275,000 investment for what we are calling our Housing Phase 2 plan. This plan will dive deeper into the housing needs of our community going forward and identify specific gaps that county government can help fill. The Housing Phase 2 plan will be the roadmap that drives future county investments in housing. I'm prepared to advance a fund balance resolution later in 2025 to execute on specific recommendations from this plan. There is no question that lead continues to be a pervasive issue in our community. And with the support of this legislature, I'm incredibly proud that my administration has appropriated historic levels of funding to comprehensively address this issue. Since becoming county executive, we have allocated over $11 million of local funding to tackle this issue. And under the leadership of Health Commissioner Dr. Katie Anderson and the Director of Lead Operations, Jessica Vincent-Guerra, our team has worked diligently to identify and knock down barriers that got in the way of our efforts. For example, our team organized and funded trainings to increase the number of EPA-certified contractors. In fact, from July of 2023 to this past August, 299 certificates were issued thanks to these efforts. I'm also happy to share that there is an initiative that included a partnership with the city school district, right, Legislator Garland? And this has resulted in several students receiving this certification as well. Our team has implemented new strategies to reduce barriers when it comes to testing kids, whether it be bringing the mobile lead van to specific neighborhoods or partnering with the city school district. We remain committed to meeting people where they are. We are on track to remediate over 200 homes using our federal grant dollars. And I'm happy to share that our community development team is currently working to submit another grant application to the federal government. It takes a comprehensive, all-the-above approach to truly tackle this problem. And that is what we will continue to do. And to that end, this budget calls for another $1 million of flexible lead funds. This budget cuts the tax rate 9% to a new historic low. It strengthens our county departments, invests in our neighborhoods and housing. This budget invests in our roads, our sewer and water infrastructure. This budget continues to be aspirational for the future and reflects our unwavering belief in the potential of this community. We will continue to build on the success we have seen and position ourselves to realize growth and promise like our community has never seen before. We look forward to working with you in the coming weeks to come. Have fun, get to work, and God bless. Thank you.
Thank you, County Executive McMahon. Legislators, Ways and Means will commence the budget review process on Monday, September 16th at 9:30 a.m. This meeting is now adjourned.
And now we start in earnest.